Over the years, I have pushed down my musical theater background, and I don't know why. It's a part of me. This morning, I was actually at this human design workshop where they talk about your background. There's a chart, you go through it, you find out what you are. Apparently, I'm a manifesting generator, and that's 70% of people are manifesting generators. But what I found most fascinating was how it talked about me being multi-passionate. And in life, I think we just try and hide some of our passions. So, what I'm going to do is declare that I'm multi-passionate. I love singing. I love watching the Green Bay Packers every Sunday or Thursday or sometimes Monday. I love to dance, even though I'm not a pro dancer by any means. I love to sit and play with my little girl all the time. I love to write music with my friend Jamie for maybe soon. I love to train people Pilates. I love to coach hundreds of people who are burnt out and looking to find a stress reset for themselves. I also love to journal, meditate, play tennis. There are so many things that we do that we keep hidden away. And I wanted to share the story with you of how I became this way, that I dug deeper into this purpose. And even though it was funny that I heard this manifesting generator today, it did not surprise me one bit because I live intentionally with this every day. I'm extremely passionate, and that's okay. When I was a little girl, my parents were worried that I was going to become one of those only children that wasn't a bit sure, didn't talk well with other people, only adults. So they decided to invest in theater camp. And I was very excited. In third grade, I was in a teacher's class who did school plays, and I went for always the biggest part. I love performing. So attending First Stage Children's Theater Academy was the best gift they could have given me. But my absolute favorite class was improvisation. It opened up everything for me as a kid. Not only did we play, use our imagination, we had to yes and everything. Yes and everything. So I'll give you an example. If I were to tell you you were an astronaut who was traveling to space today, you would have to yes and in a scene with me and say, yes, I am an astronaut. And this is what we're going to do. We are going to fly in a submarine. And then I would have to say, fly in a submarine. Yes. And then maybe we can play hopscotch on the moon. And it would continue to go on and on and on that way. I loved improvisation, not only because we could say whatever on our mind and we would all have to run with it, but because it gave us the opportunity to explore new ideas, things that maybe haven't been created yet, maybe interacting with someone for the first time. I felt like I got to know people on a whole different level through improvisation. So, my question for you is how can you say yes and more frequently versus shutting down from your best friend, your husband, your boyfriend, your kid? How can you start to shift the energy into yes and collaborate with that individual. There are so many no's in this world, and we see it now every day. I would just love to open up the world to opportunities of yes. Now, how we can say yes and more is by playing, simply like I did when I was a kid in that improvisation class. I would play. I would pause, listen to what my gut is telling me, listen to what my partner is saying, accept it in that moment, and then yes, and them in the scene. If we just did that, we played, imagine what we could create in this world. Exciting, right? If you're finding it challenging to play, there are ways we can go about that. You could go take an improvisation class, or you could do this with your loved ones by just listening and reacting off of them. It's simple. We don't need to make this challenging. Let's have some fun and play with it. So let's try to play more and be your multifaceted self because the world needs it and you're not too much. You're all enough and you deserve even more. Remember to be kind to yourself and speak well on the self love journey.